Now live from Palin Music Studios in Springfield, Missouri, it's Wake Up with Greg. Here's your host, Greg.
Hey, good morning, friends, and happy Friday. Welcome to Wake Up with Greg. I'm your host, Greg Rosander with Palin Music Center. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and I'm happy to be here with you all. Glad to see you here as well. Today is, it's Friday, you know, we're coming into the weekend. This is the last gasp of summer as far as the calendar is concerned. We got, I think, Sunday or Monday is the first day of fall officially. So, yeah, let's make it a great weekend and have some fun. Let's get your day started in the right direction with my little show. We are here every weekday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, to talk about the internet's coolest instruments. These are instruments available for you to purchase on our website at palinmusic.com or by giving me a call at 417-882-7006 or checking out our Reverb page at reverb.com or come into one of our stores. We got 12 locations, I think 12, 10, 12, 15, I don't know, somewhere in there. All over the area out here. So come on by and check us out. Love to see you. In addition to the cool instruments, we talk about music, we talk about films, we talk about just about everything else there is to talk about: food, travel, fun, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Just about everything. So stay with me because we're going to have a good time today. I've got three very, very interesting trumpets for you today. We are doing a plethora of piccolos, piccolo trumpets today. These are all the Schilke brand, so but they're all kind of uniquely different in their own way. So we'll talk everything piccolo trumpet today. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. That's what we've got going on. If you're new to the show, that's the scoop. If you've been here before, you already know what we're doing. So we have the live stream chat going on this morning. Good morning, Max and Mom and Steve. Good morning. Great to see you. Please ask your questions, leave your comments. I can give you a shout out. We can interact. It's the best way for us all to have fun on this show. So we can do that and have a great time. Please just ask, be polite, appropriate, and clean and friendly on the chat. And, we've had a good run this week, so I hope we're keeping that up. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And then just remind you, hit the like, the share, the subscribe, all of those buttons. It really helps us out, and I really appreciate it. So that's pretty much the story. We got the weekend coming up, so got a neighborhood garage sale happening in our neighborhood. So if you're in the Highlandville area in Missouri, come on by, buy some of our junk. So yeah, that's what's going on. So why don't we just get this party started and say good morning to Jordan. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Doing well.
Good. Got big weekend plans for you? I didn't get to ask you earlier.
I am going to Silver Dollar City this weekend, so always a fun time.
Silver Dollar City, also known as Steal Your Dollar City. Because it's expensive.
Yeah,
Just
in
like
college I could get in for $15.
Yeah?
So that was the perfect price.
The perfect price, yep. And sometimes they have like free teacher day or something like that. I know my wife goes occasionally, and like she'll just go by herself and just ride roller coasters.
She can't get a +1 with it?
She can if I can ever get off work to go with her. She'll
it's
go
in
like
a weekday.
Week.
Gotcha.
She doesn't go on the weekend. It's like on a Tuesday or something. So
Nice.
anyway, she hasn't done that in a while, but yeah, it's fun. We like Silver Dollar City. It's coming into the getting into the cooler season, which is like Silver Dollar City's sweet spot.
Oh yeah.
For when all the decorations start going up for Christmas and everything else. So
Yep.
yeah, cool. Well, have fun.
Thank you.
I'm jealous, kind of a little bit.
Kind of. Not too much though.
Not too much. Been there, done that. But hey, it is fun, and it's a good time for sure. So
Cool.
all right, well,
Ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Why don't you tell us about your shirt and watch today?
Shirt and watch today. The shirt is, I have worn it on the show before. You've seen it probably once or twice. But it is not my normal brands. It's not Daniel Kermew. It's not Tommy Bahama. It's North Face. And this is the only North Face shirt I think I've ever owned. But what I absolutely love about it is it's got Joshua trees and cactus on it. How cool is that? Joshua trees, if you don't know what a Joshua tree is, it's a kind of a desert yucca style plant out in the deserts of California and Arizona, out in the Southwest. One of the iconic images of the Southwest flora, if you will, whatever you want to call it. But so we've got the Joshua trees. They're like really spiky, prickly kind of deals, and then we've got the cactus, the prickly pear cactus. If you can see, it's got the little flowers on there, and cactus. Ever had a prickly pear? They're really delicious. They're just pink on the inside and just really sweet and yummy. They make great smoothies, great cocktails too. But yeah, so that's what's on my shirt: the Joshua trees and the prickly pear cactus from my North Face shirt. So kind of different, something new and unique. And then my watch. You've seen it before. Haven't worn it in a little bit, but this is one of my 2 Fossil tank watches. That's the with the cream face on there, and the leather band, the steel case. The tank styles are the kind of rectangular style cases. I don't know if Cartier was the first one to do it, but theirs is the most famous tank style watch, and it came out during the World War I era when kind of the wrist watches were becoming a thing. Converting pocket watches into something you could wear on your wrist for the military, and so they made watches that kind of looked like a tank. You got the tank tracks, the treads on the tanks, so they're all kind of rectangular, boxy looking. So anyway, a little bit of history about a tank style watch that you never knew you needed. So there you go. All right, the shirt, the watch, the game. Let's play Piccolo Trumpet Plethora.
Let's play.
Would you say it was a plethora? I don't know. All right, let's dig in, shall we? First item up for grabs. Let me get my my no fingerprinty gloves on, my Mickey Mouse hands. Hello. That's a bad impression of Mickey Mouse. That was more like a Mrs. Doubtfire, I think. Hello. All right. So here's the case. Schilke does it upright with these traditional style wood shell case, and piccolo trumpets are tiny, but this is kind of a giant case because it'll hold 2 trumpets plus all sorts of stuff here, but very, very elegant, very classy. You got the kind of dark forest green interior with the Schilke logo there embroidered on the inside of the case. So really, really nice cases. Just absolutely love them. So this horn, the first item up for grabs, this is the Schilke P5-4 piccolo trumpet. So what is a piccolo trumpet, you may ask? Well, this is a trumpet that is pitched, I believe, and you trumpet people out in the world can correct me if I'm wrong, pitched an octave above a standard B-flat trumpet. So for those really high parts in a lot of film scores and in a lot of classical symphonic music, chamber music and whatnot, or the Beatles' Penny Lane, if you want to play a pop song with it. But what you get here is just a very pure, clean, just piercing is the wrong word because it's just so bright and pure and clean in that high range of the brass world. It's just an absolutely beautiful sound. So we've got the number 8 beryllium bell. This is a 450 medium bore, lightweight horn. And this is the 4-valve configuration. So you've got the 4th additional valve there, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have the adjustable mouthpiece receiver lead pipe, so you can adjust your tuning that way. Let me slide that out there so you can see that, okay? And this comes with 2 interchangeable lead pipes based on what mouthpiece you want to use on that. Because typically your tuning is done on the tuning slide, but as you see, there's no real tuning slide on a piccolo trumpet. There's not enough room for it, so you've got to do the tuning right there from the lead pipe, which is kind of cool. Other cool features of the Schilke horns, you've got these gorgeous hexagonal finger buttons and top and bottom valve caps that give it a really unique architectural kind of look to it, which I think is just fantastic. You got dual water keys, so you get plenty of space to get that condensation out of there. What else can I tell you? Real mother of pearl key touches on the finger buttons as well. And then they don't do really any engraving on these at all. There's just nothing on the bells, but it's a beautiful, beautiful bell, beautiful, just clean lines, clean, pristine. The model is stamped right there on the lead pipe there, the P5-4. All right, and then you've got just little stamp. You got the serial number stamp there, and then the Schilke brand marking right there on the second piston casing. So that's it. Those are all your markings on this horn. So, like I said, just clean and pristine, really beautiful. But man, what a great sounding horn! Perfect for any chamber player, symphonic player, what do we call them? The studio session musicians that work in the orchestras for films and whatnot. So, fantastic horn. They call it the beryllium bell, but it's not actually beryllium. Beryllium is a kind of very odd metal, but it's just a higher copper content brass, really, for the bell. And I think that's all the news that's fit to print on that guy. So that is the Schilke P5-4 piccolo trumpet, available now on our website, palinmusic.com. Give me a call, 417-882-7006, or check out Reverb at reverb.com, or, like I said, come into our stores and check us out there as well. So there we go. That one is ready for you to take home today. Any, high school bands or orchestras, college symphonies, orchestras in college, or any, of the big symphonies and orchestras around the world would be a perfect candidate for this horn. So if you need one, you know where to get it. Come see me. All right. Is it, I don't know how to say the name. Is it Tenjiro's Heart? I don't know how to say that, but good morning to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Uncle Ken is back on the show. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. Good morning. Have a great day. I love you too, brother. I'm happy you're here. Great to see you. So, all right, that's trumpet number one. That's shout outs. Keep the comments coming. Keep the questions coming. Let's have some fun interactions today. All right, that's horn number one. It's a heavy dog. We got another one coming up here. We'll set that one up there.
All right. Before this next horn, can you recommend some music to us today?
I can recommend some music for you. This, again, you never know what you're going to get from me. This just kind of came into my head today, and just needed some fun music to listen to on the way to work today. And so I pulled up the soundtrack to the movie You've Got Mail. Classic movie from the 90s, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. But there's a song on there. I mean, just the soundtrack alone, the artists on here: Harry Nilsson, The Cranberries, Bobby Darin, Louis Armstrong, Roy Orbison, Bobby Day, Randy Newman, Stevie Wonder, Sinead O'Connor, Carole King, Billy Williams, and Jimmy Durante. I mean, just a fantastic soundtrack for this film. But the song in particular that I wanted to share from it is called I Guess the Lord Must Be in New York City, by the great Sinead O'Connor, who sadly we lost this last year, I think it was. Was it 23 or was it 24? Just recently, certainly. And I don't know the full details, but I know she was dealing with some mental things. I don't know if it was a suicide or not, so forgive me if I'm saying the wrong thing. I don't want to project incorrect information out there, but I know she was certainly struggling with some inner demons, if you want to go with that. But this is such a beautiful song. It's so much fun. It's just lighthearted. I guess the Lord must be in New York City. I mean, of course, New York City, but certainly everywhere else as well. From the soundtrack to the movie You've Got Mail, Sinead O'Connor, she was really huge in the 80s. She's Irish, I think. Sounds about right. And I know she was a pretty controversial artist. She did that beautiful song, Nothing Compares to You, which was written by Prince, actually. And that was just a beautiful song as well. But this one is just a fun, lighthearted romp through the city of New York. I Guess the Lord Must Be in New York City by Sinead O'Connor from the You've Got Mail soundtrack. Check it out. I'm going to add it right now to the Wake Up with Greg playlist that I have created for you all on Spotify. Right there, it's the number 2 on the list, Wake Up with Greg. It has all of the songs that I have recommended over the past 145 episodes. So we have over 11 hours of music for you to enjoy throughout your entire day. All right, so that is the song, the musical choice for the day. What's next, Mr. Jordan?
Can you hop into the next horn?
I can hop into the next horn. Host Eddie is here. Good morning, Host Eddie. Glad to see you. Max is here. A low-key love that movie. Oh, I low-key love that. Low-key, like, I don't know, I'm losing my mind. Yes, by the way, tomorrow is Uncle Ken's birthday. So everybody give Uncle Ken a shout out. He's going to be 70 tomorrow. Happy birthday, early birthday, Uncle Ken. Love you. So, hey, all y'all folks, give Uncle Ken a big old shout out for his birthday tomorrow. All right, so that's that. Let's dig into horn number 2. Let me get my fingertips back on here. So this horn is another Schilke, another piccolo trumpet, and a variation on the last horn. Now this is interesting because the case is entirely different. And I don't know if this is the way forward with Schilke or they just happen to be out of their traditional cases and had to scramble to get some, all of these supply chain issues we've had over the last several years, that COVID brought on back in 21. We're still kind of reeling from those effects throughout our industry, and I'm sure many others still. But it's getting better, but, companies have to do what they got to do. So this is the Schilke P5-4BG. And we'll tell you what the BG is for here in just a moment. But this is kind of the newfangled style case, backpack style, made by BAM. You can see the BAM logo right there. BAM! All right, you've got big pocket on the outside. This is still a double case and can be used to carry multiple horns. And still has the traditional Schilke green interior, although the Schilke logo is not embroidered on there, which is kind of a bummer. But still a very nice case. So this horn, we'll pull that one out here. This is the P5-4BG. So the difference really between this one and the last one, all of the internal specs are the same. It's a 450 bore, number 8 bell taper, beryllium bell, 4 valves, Monel pistons. These are, by the way, all of these Schilkes are 100% handmade here in the U.S., in the Chicago area, I believe. And they've been making them for years. And Schilke is really just one of the most respected, highest grade trumpets that you can get out there. So what's different between this one and the previous model is really just these two little bits. You've got a first thumb slide trigger or a hook there, thumb hook there, and a third slide ring, okay? So it just makes the horn a bit more versatile. Just very minor differences can make a huge impact on the way the horn plays and the way it feels. Arnell Mickle is here. Good morning, Arnell. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. So that's the P5-4BG. So the BG just really references the slide rings and hooks that are added to this horn, which make it quite a bit different the way it feels and it plays. And you'll notice that this only has the one water key as opposed to the two on the third and fourth slides there. So there we go. That's the Schilke P5-4BG. Everything else the same as the previous model, but these are live on the website, palinmusic.com. Give me a call, 417-882-7006, or check out the Reverb page at reverb.com or come into the stores and see us in person. We'd love to meet you. I've talked about our travel voucher program before on the show, but if you don't know what that is, any of you folks from out of town or out of state or out of the country, and you want to come to our headquarters here in Springfield, you can make your way here, and if you purchase a horn from us, we will reimburse you up to 10% of the horn to help cover your travel expenses. So kind of a sweet deal. I think we're the only company in the world doing something like that. So a little bit of an incentive for those of you folks who like to travel. And of course, we've got a lot of great stuff here in Springfield, Missouri to do. I mean, we've got, of course, Bass Pro Shops. We've got all kinds of great food. I mean, per capita, I think we've got more Chinese food restaurants than pretty much any other place in the country. And you get some, the famous or infamous cashew chicken, the Springfield cashew chicken. It's one of those things, you either love it or you hate it. So there doesn't seem to really be any in between on there. We got Branson, we got Silver Dollar City, we got all kinds of great stuff around here, guys. So we got a great music scene, great art scene. There's a lot to do here in Springfield. So come visit us and pick up a horn while you're here. So, alrighty. So that's Schilke Piccolo Trumpet number 2. The P5-4BG. Check it out. All right, I'm going to grab the last one here while we get into the next segment of our show, which is
Something cool.
Something cool. All right, well, I'm going with the theme, kind of like I did yesterday, talking about the music and then where the music came from. So it's Friday Film Day. I mean, that's not really a thing, but I'm just making that up today. And so I wanted to share just this lovely little film that has been a favorite of mine for years. You've Got Mail, all right? Just such a fun, lighthearted, comfortable. It's like it's like a cozy blanket. You curl up with it. You watch this movie, you just have a great time. As I stated earlier, the music soundtrack is fantastic. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is a Nora Ephron film. Yes, Nora Ephron. Okay, so kind of the queen of the rom-com, if you will. But Nora Ephron was always known as having great soundtrack, great music choices for her films, and it was always really important to her. And she's done many, many, many films, but this is one of her best. And this technically is a remake of a film that came out, I think, in the 30s, maybe early 40s, called Shop Around the Corner, starring Jimmy Stewart. But you guys know the story. It's kind of that secret pen pal kind of thing, where these two people who don't know that they're kind of each other's kind of enemies working together or working in the same environment, and don't like each other personally, but are corresponding with each other unbeknownst to each of them in a pen pal sort of way. Of course, Shop Around the Corner, it was traditional write a letter and mail it. But this one is kind of at the dawn of the internet and instant messaging and email and whatnot. So You've Got Mail. It's the sound that comes up, and it's really fun to look back at this film because of the dial-up technology that they reference in the film. Logging on to AOL or whatever it was when you hear your phone trying to connect to the internet and waiting all that time patiently or impatiently for things to happen, and then something happens. You guys know the story. There's no spoiler alerts here, because if you don't know this story, the movies have been out for decades. One of them discovers who the other one is, and then, secretly tries to build that relationship, and then they end up, together at the end, fall in love, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's such a great film. And the other reason I was bringing this up, hey, Average Metal Enjoyer is here. Great to see you, my friend, back from a 10-hour-long school day. Holy smokes. Stevie Sky, someone told me, I can't read that down at the bottom of the screen there, so I don't know what's going on there, but welcome to the show, Stevie. You've Got Mail. This also takes place in the fall, like at the beginning of fall. New York City, of course, does it upright, but fall festivals are coming up right now. The air is kind of changing. The leaves are starting to change on the trees. There's a great line in this film where he says, if I knew your address, I would send you a bouquet of freshly sharpened pencils. Kind of that back to school theme. But man, it's just such. Average Metal Enjoyer loves this movie, right? Okay. And so, guys, just watch this movie. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere, and if it's not, you can rent it. Or buy it online, whatever. It's a great film. The other cast of characters, of course, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, and then Greg Kinnear, who I love. The guy's just fantastic in everything he's ever done. Parker Posey, of course, her very traditional manic self that she is. Just absolutely love her. But and then oh gosh, who's the other? The older actor that played Gene Stapleton, who was Edith in All in the Family. Dave Chappelle is in here as well. Dabney Coleman, that's the guy I'm thinking of, plays Tom Hanks' dad in the movie. So great cast, great film, great music, great fun. Check it out. You've Got Mail. That's my fun, cool thing for the day. So there you go. One more horn. Shall we do it?
Let's do it.
I'm glad to see all you guys on the chat this morning. It's
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's fun to be able to interact with you all. So thank you all for being here. Average Metal Enjoyer, one of these days, you and I got to get together for fika. We need to have some Swedish fika going on around here. Get some cake and get some coffee and have a good time. All right, I'm not going to show you the case because it looks identical to the first one. But this is the third Schilke piccolo trumpet in the trifecta today. And this one's a little bit different than the other two, and I'll show you why here in just a moment. Basic specs are the same. It's a 450 medium bore. It's got a number 8 bell taper. But this comes with 3 changeable mouth pipes, so you can switch between tunings as well as whether you're using a cornet mouthpiece or a trumpet mouthpiece, so on and so forth. But here you go. So this one looks a little bit smaller, all right? So why does it do that? Well, with this horn, we have Charlie Parker's here. Palin Music Espanol is here. Fantastic. Welcome to the show. Buenos dias, I think is what you say in Spanish, right? Good morning. So the primary difference between this and the last horn is this has the 180-degree bell curve, okay? So the crook of the bell. So on a horn like this, it's going to give you a little bit more resistance, a little bit more feedback. On the other horns, the bell comes like directly from that first valve and goes kind of just straight up and over. So it sticks out a little bit longer this way. This way, it's compacted back on itself a little bit, which just gives you a different sound, a different feel, a different look to the horn, of course. But primarily, it's about sound and feel. And everybody's got their preference. The trumpet players that are playing this level of horn in symphonies around the world, they're going to have very, very strong feelings about the specifics of the horn and how it feels to them. So we did a demo of this horn last night with our good friend Tim Wooten. We'll be getting that posted here soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but stay tuned for it, because it'll be coming up. Tim is an amazing player. I heard him playing this last night. Sounded fantastic. If any of you have seen the morning show, CBS Sunday Morning, it's a long-standing morning show every Sunday. They just talk about the same kind of stuff I talk about: art, literature, whatever's coming up, popular culture and whatnot. But architecture, all kinds of fun things. And of course, what's happening in the news and all that. But we don't really get into the news and the politics and all that here. But the theme song to that show is, forgive me, I don't know the name of the song. It's a symphonic piece played on piccolo trumpet. And Wynton Marsalis, the amazing Wynton Marsalis, is the one that recorded that piece for that show. And you would recognize it if you heard it. And I think on the demo that Tim has done for us, you'll be able to hear that, and it sounds amazing. Mm-hmm. So, piccolo trumpet, this is the P7-4. Check this out on the website, palinmusic.com. Give us a call, 417-882-7006. or check out Reverb, reverb.com, or come into the stores and see me. So number 8 beryllium bell, mother pearl key touches, all the bells and whistles you want. This one does have the third thumb or third finger ring and the first thumb hook. So, and then of course it comes with the additional lead pipes, which are wrapped up in there. And comes with the mouthpiece, of course, comes with a polished cloth and your lubricants, all as a complete kit for you. And this beautiful case. This actually is not a double case. It'll fit one horn, but it's got a large accessory pocket, so you can fit all kinds of other stuff in there. I mean, I suppose you could fit another horn in there if you wanted to, but there it is. That's the Schilke P7-4 from Chicago, USA. You can see the logo there, Schilke, Chicago, USA. Beautiful cases, beautiful horns. Come and get them. I would love to send one of these out to you today and make your day and mine. So that is the trifecta of piccolos, the plethora of piccolos, the panoply of piccolos. I don't know. Can they come up with any other alliteration? I don't know. Someone can come up with something. Let's see. Steve Sturkrosh, all are amazing looking horns. Thank you, brother. I agree. All right, so we're done with the gloves. What do we got left here, my friend?
Only thing left is a little bit of wisdom.
A little bit of wisdom. Now, this is interesting. You call it wisdom, call it what you want, but this is a quote that I heard the other day. I didn't look this one up. I didn't verify it or anything like that. So, but I know that it's a true quote because I heard the person speak it. This comes from the words were spoken by Joaquin Phoenix, the famous actor Joaquin Phoenix, who is currently starring in his new motion picture, Joker Folie à Deux, which I don't think is it out yet? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I think it may be coming out maybe around Halloween or something, certainly this month. But it's Joker and then Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, this time played by the amazing Lady Gaga. I really can't wait to see it because she is just a powerhouse of a talent force of nature. And Joaquin Phoenix is no slouch. I mean, he got the Academy Award for his role of the Joker a couple years ago. The guy's got talent oozing out of his ears as well. But we went to see Beetlejuice this last week, and of course they got the movie trailers and stuff that you watch before the movie, and this line came up in part of the trailer for Joker Folie à Deux, and it was spoken by the Joker character, and it says, "We use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures in ourselves." I thought that was like a really powerful quote. We use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures in ourselves. And you think about that, you think about the tortured artist, a lot, many musicians, many, graphic artists, painters, writers. There's a bit of mania that goes along with that. It's not, of course, across the board. It's not a full generalization that it happens to everybody. But, when you have that kind of talent and you have that kind of passion, there can be a lot of other, again, demons, if you will, that you need to calm and settle. You hear about artists all the time that, have trouble dealing with life. And music is definitely one of those art forms that can help us deal with life. And as it says, to make us whole, to balance the fractures in ourselves. I was just watching, there was a little TikTok, an interview done with a scientist talking about the power of music therapy and how much is going into the study of music therapy and the healing powers of music. And, it's such an amazing field of study because we're learning so much more about how powerful music is. So much to the point that using the right type of music, the right piece of music, can offer the same benefits and effects as, medicines and drugs to help treat particular issues. It's just fascinating and it's amazing. So I just thought it was a super cool quote. I had to hear it twice. The first time I didn't quite catch it or write it down when because I watched the movie twice because there was a fire and we got kicked out of the theater, blah, blah, blah. But I made sure that I listened to it and wrote it down. So one more time, we use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures in ourselves. So there you go. That's from the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix from the new movie Joker Folie à Deux. I need to watch the first one again to make sure that I'm up to speed on the new one. I don't know if you have to watch the first one first, but anyway. So Trilogy of Trumpets. There you go, Steve. Thank you, brother. So that's the show, guys. That's what we've got for you for this week. Next week, Friday, will be my 150th episode, so stay tuned for that. I don't know if we got anything special planned for it or not, but it'll be a great day nonetheless. I appreciate you guys being here and participating in the show. It's really fun to have you all with us. I loved getting to know you all. So we'll be back Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, right here on our Palin Music Band and Orchestra channel. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And remember this, helping people make meaningful music is what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.